And now for something completely different.
All right, Metal-O-Maniacs. I am very fucking pleased to be joined right now by Steve from Within the Ruins, man, with one of the fucking things we've been anticipating all year, and it finally is here, man, this brand new release, Blackheart. What's up, brother? How are you, sir?
I'm fucking fantastic, man. How are you today?
You make my day, man. I'm so much better now that I'm talking to you, my friend. That's for sure.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Let's do it.
I'm a fan of the band going back quite a bit, to be honest, but let's start right from the beginning. Introduce yourself, sir, and you just joined the band about 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, about two, maybe almost 2.5. No, actually, what's it? November? Yeah, so
moving in on 3, yeah.
Yeah, we're moving in on 3. Yeah, man, time's flying. I had to think about that for a second. Well, my name's Steve. I'm the relatively new singer for Within the Ruins, and I came from a band called Silence the Messenger, and that's where Paolo, our bassist, is from as well. And man, here we are with a brand new fucking record, dude. I'm stoked.
In a crazy ass time in the world, man. It just came out for Thanksgiving, and it's one of the things I'm most thankful for, to be honest with you. Is
hey, you are welcome.
So yeah, man, let's talk. I unfortunately we have to start with I guess kind of the COVID, if you don't mind, the COVID fucking asterisk. It comes out in a weird ass year and a weird ass time, man. It's got to be unlike anything you've experienced before when putting out a record and shit, right?
Oh, dude, absolutely. I mean, I've had to, put out like records before, like during the holiday season, but like you can still tour off of it. And like touring during the holiday season is kind of rough because people are either staying home or saving money or whatever, and the weather sucks. But like putting it out and then not being able to tour on it is arguably worse. So it's an interesting but still fun because it's still something new for everybody type of vibe. And I'm still about it though. It's been a long time coming, and it's here though finally. So I'm good with it overall.
Well, man, I'll tell you, we might be on the waiting game for the live shows, but releases like this are what we need to get through, brother. I mean, the times have never been more fucked in most of our lifetimes, man. And you need a soundtrack to fucking commiserate with, and this is it. I mean, it's here.
Yeah, I think it's got plenty of the anger and frustration that everybody's feeling right now is kind of encompassed in Blackheart. So it is kind of a soundtrack to the times. Yeah, I'd agree with you for sure.
No doubt about that, brother, man. You know, I've even just recently taken to go to the gym, man, and I got to tell you, y'all putting in the miles with you fucking guys, brother. That's good shit.
Hell yeah. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. There's some good gym jams in there for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, brother. Well, talk to me about the coming together. So you joined the band, obviously, you know, it's a propulsion from what they've already put out before. If you ask me, man, it's another mile ahead. You know, it's a mile step forward. And I'd like to actually throw this question at you. I notice when bands get better, especially bands that get the deathcore moniker, it seems like as you become better musicians, people like to throw that progressive word on there. What the fuck?
I think I don't know. I think it's just all the subgenres and stuff are pretty whatever to me. I don't particularly care for any of them, but they are what they are. And the thing is, like, they're used so often, you know what people are talking about when they use them. So like they're that common. But I mean, I think people hear the word progressive and they're like, oh, the band got better. They've progressed in their ways. And I think that might be more or less what people are talking about. But I guess I couldn't disagree with it though either, because the band has tried some new stuff on this album that they didn't do before I joined. So I mean, I can't completely disagree with it either. So I subgenres aside, I get what people could be talking about though.
Right.
You know, trying new stuff.
It's the musically step ahead, man. I mean, there is a clear, in my opinion, each album has had that in Within the Ruins discography. You've seen a very clear step forward. And this one's maybe 2 steps forward, if you don't mind my saying, brother. I mean,
I don't mind at all. I appreciate that, if anything.
Fuck yeah. So when you guys got into the room together and we're like, all right, man, we're about to really, you know, we got this kind of a new revamped lineup. We're going to hit the world running. What was the energy in that room like, brother? I got to feel like it's good shit based on the product here.
Oh yeah. Well, we're not always in the same room together as part of the interesting part of the process, because Paolo and I live here in Texas and Joe and drummer are out in Massachusetts. So, you know, we have our discussions about what we want to do. Like if we were playing some, you know, shows last year or the year before, and as things were slowly riding, like little by little in the studio, but it was kind of all done in chunks. So we kind of, after the first few songs that we did for it, kind of figured out what the vibe was going to be. So we didn't even really know right away, I guess, to answer your question. It took a few songs of kind of experimenting, and Joe was seeing where I was coming from with the lyrics, and he actually kind of altered the writing a little bit on his end based off of where I was coming from. So it kind of wasn't all there right away. And so those first like few tracks didn't actually make it. They might show up later on, you know, like an international release or a B-side or something. But originally it was a few songs. We felt it out. And then about halfway through, then we're like, all right, now we got it. So, and that took a few trips of Paolo and I going out to the studio and recording a few tracks within a week, flying home for a couple of months, then going back and doing it again. And after we did the whole album that way, it wasn't like one giant chunk. It was probably like 4 or 5 visits to the studio to do it. And so in a way that kind of helped, because then we get to record the songs, but then sit on them for a little while and figure out where we actually want to go, what we want to change, and think about it for a little bit instead of doing it all at once and then being stuck with the product, you know? So it kind of actually worked out, even though it took longer.
Fuck yeah, man. I've heard it said by bands that songs are like a stew, man. You know, if you let it sit in there and simmer, sometimes the ingredients really flow to the top of it, you know?
Yeah. Sometimes they do, because like you may not notice certain things at first. And then the more you listen to it, you're like, oh, we should actually bring this up or do this again, or add little, bells and whistles here and there, the more you sit on it. So it, like I said, worked out for the best, if anything, doing it that way.
Well, if you put a gun to my head and said, give me one word to describe the new release, man, I'm aggressive comes to mind, man. Aggressive comes flying out of my mouth. If you know, so tell me about that, man. Are you just pissed off because your brain works, or what?
No, it's actually a lot of the songs are more from like personal experiences that I've had over the past few years. Shitty situations kind of left and right, like with like a girl thing that went on for like over a couple years. It was just really bad. You think of any problem that can go on in a scenario like that, and it happened for a long time. Yeah, and there were some other things that stemmed from that, like other situations around me that were part of that problem that kind of went south. And also one of the tracks is about one of my best friends that took his own life. So I mean, there's a lot of just anger and kind of dark aggression in the album, and it's a lot of personal stuff. So yeah, aggressive is definitely a good adjective for it, for sure.
Well, I've often said that's what separates metalheads from the rest of the world. We're all looking at the same fucked up world, but we're not going to be.
What eyes?
Yeah, right, exactly. But we're not going to be beaten, though, man. We're going to fight back. Is that the metalheads approach? You know, let's fucking throw some aggression in our backbone and hit to the floors.
Oh, exactly. We're not going to take it lying down, if anything.
Yeah, brother.
I agree.
And we need soundtracks for that shit, man. We need soundtracks to get through that shit. And here we are, man. Blackheart is for that purpose. We're in the holiday season officially now, so
yep.
Well, get out there, Metal-O-Maniacs. What's the best place to pick up a copy right now if people haven't done that yet?
If you haven't done it yet, there's still some available on the site that we've got up that we post about all the time. It's within the ruins-blackheart.com. If you're a streamer, then it's available everywhere. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, all of those. And then I'm sure it's in who knows how many actual record stores, if you still find them. There are physicals out there as well. So all your quick search and you'll find it available everywhere, really.
Fuck yeah. Well, we'll make sure on our social media stuff that all you guys can find it very easily. So hang with us and we'll make sure you can get it. And you're going to want to get it because holy shit, man, Within the Ruins, brother. I love you fucking guys, man. I'm so glad that this album is finally here, brother, for sure.
So man. I appreciate the love, dude. Thank you. Yeah, we're stoked as well.
Well, where were you in the process, I guess? When the album is in production or you're doing whatever, where were you when the COVID just shut the fucking thing down, man? Where were you when you got punched with that fucking bullshit?
Oh, we got it right. We got it in right in time. We recorded the last couple tracks right before everything kind of got locked down and stuff. And so a lot of going into quarantine was us just, we were done with the recording process. It was time to mix and master and listen to everything and make sure everything sounded how we want. So that we can just do through Dropbox. So that was really easy. But luckily we were done. We were done in time, so we didn't have to do a whole lot of traveling traveling right when this whole started. We did do some for the music videos, a couple months ago, but it was very quick, like there for a few days, came back, knocked them all out. But luckily, like I said, we were pretty much done. So we just kind of had to do all the behind the scenes listening stuff once this all started.
Well, so you would have been quarantining anyway, because that's, when you get done with all the recording part, bands quarantine in the studio to do all that tweaking shit, right? So.
It depends if they're doing the album themselves, but we sent it out to get mixed and mastered by a guy named Josh Wickman. So he does all that. So once we're done recording, we can kind of all fuck off and like wait for him to do his thing, and then take it back, listen to it a few times, and then tell him what needs to get tweaked. So it kind of works out that we're in separate spots. So we don't have to be in the same room for that to happen, luckily, with technology available to us these days.
Yeah, man, 2020 is bad in a lot of ways, but musically, at least we're able to keep creating, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no stopping it.
Well, is there even a rumor yet as to like the other end of this, the back end of this for you guys? I know it's very much a state of flux. I get that, but is there any kind of like drawing board type of a scenario going on where you guys are going to hit the road, or is it just very much, not
on the road right now? It's kind of hard to see the light at the end of that tunnel at the moment. I know stuff's getting announced for like late 2021. I've seen some stuff getting announced as early as summer, but it gets talked about. But I think honestly, just from my opinion, I think shows in summertime are like a absolute best case scenario that I'm not even sure are going to end up happening. I've been seeing some stuff get announced overseas for Europe and that kind of thing. So that might be something that comes first before we do something in the States, because who knows how long it's going to take for us to get our stuff together over here. But I don't have anything set in stone as far as like actual live shows or touring. We're going to do a live stream though. So that's going to happen. But I think that's probably the best we can hope for the immediate future anyways, at least, now that it's out. So, as soon as we have something confirmed for live shows, like we'll talk about it. But for now, I wish I had more info on it, but right now I got nothing. It's tough.
Well, it's a very weird year, man. I mean, generally a part of an interview is like, hey man, where are you going to be? But what cities are you about to hit? And this year, that whole part of the interview is just shit. Now it's
yep. Yeah, you gotta nix a whole part of what you would normally be asking me.
It sucks, man. I hate it. I've proposed the idea to a few bands, man. What we need to do, if we all get 3-foot bumpers, like rubber bumpers. Mm-hmm. If I got a 3-foot bumper on and you got a 3-foot bumper on, we're 6 foot apart, and we can fucking mosh the fuck up with our bumpers, man.
There you go. Or like the what are the bubble, like bubble boys all just have bubbles and stuff going on.
I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah, because then if you spill your beer or something, it's on you, and it's still not on the ground or on anybody else. Keep it all in there.
I don't know. I might be too claustrophobic for that fucking thing, though.
Oh, maybe. Who knows? Yeah. Hey, at some point we're gonna have to try something. Who knows? Maybe the bumpers is going to be the thing.
Well, I saw that a couple of bands in Germany just this past weekend did a show where they did kind of the park, everybody stayed in the car, vehicle type of a thing. And
yeah,
it's just odd, man. It's weird that people are blowing their horns through the whole fucking thing. And that would piss me off, honestly. If I'm trying to hear the band and you're blowing your horn, I'm going to be mad, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's one thing to have like people, next to you in like the pit or something yelling or like have their beer or whatever, but it's like you're still kind of in the moment and you can hear the music. It's really not that big of a deal. But then, put cars into the mix with loud ass horns. I don't see that working very well. But yeah. I'm not a promoter. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just the guy on stage yelling into a microphone.
Hey, but you do it well. That's what matters, brother. Goddamn it.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah.
The only way I'm into the whole car thing is if we're going to do demolition derby style mosh pits while we're doing it. Then maybe we can work with it.
See, yeah, exactly. Just like that, or like put the bumpers on your car and you can still move around. Like you might just be onto something with the bumper thing, So
well, yeah, man.
Hang on to that. Pitch it to the right people.
Whatever it takes, brother. We're trying to open Scully's Club over here, so whatever it takes, goddammit.
There you go. Whatever it takes.
Oh yeah, brother. Well, that's good shit, man. I'm a huge fan of this album, man. And I'm telling you, all you Metal-O-Maniacs out there, pick it up today if you haven't done so already. We'll make sure we got all the shit on the social media, but subscribe to the YouTube channel. And, man, I can't wait to see you guys live. I can't wait to see this new lineup live, man. I'm looking forward to it, brother.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, hopefully sooner than later. But just got to hang tight, man. So just jam the album, get used to it, let it soak in. And then when the time comes, come up front. I'll give you the mic.
Fuck yeah, I'm coming, man. I'll be there.
Cheers, brother. Hey, what's up? This is Steve from Within the Ruins, and you're listening to Metal-O-Mania with Crypt and Scully.
When you lie with the lion, you'll never wake up to the truth. Take off the mask. It's not the world, what the fuck you really are. Another regret, another scar, another heart leaving me with the black heart. Like a silence, how far can you run with the guilt on your back? How long can you hold away? I can see it dragging you down. Like that suicide. Transgression from this way. No mercy. I want to fade away. The you'll never wake up to the truth. Take off the mask and show us what the fuck you are. Another regret, another scar, another heart leaving me with the black heart. I can finally see it.
I bet that fat chick's thinking about getting railed. the eternal struggle.